Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed, brand new day. Yay! It is good that time continues to move. A definite thumbs up on that. Thumbs up. For thumbs up. It is raining and dim outside. It is late. I am, well, late for me. It is 7:42 a.m. I've been up since 5:30, but I've been awake since around 4-ish. Tossing and turning and just half dozing, half awake. So, yay. But I slept and it's raining, and it was raining last night-ish. Sometimes I had to use my travel umbrella, sometimes not. But again, I continue walking in the rain with just the shirt and an undershirt while everybody else out there walks with coats. So I really don't know if it's appropriately warm, cold, or in the middle weather here. Because I hate the cold, and it's cold outside, but I go walkies and I'm fine. And in fact, when I get back, I'm almost too warm just wearing this. So, yay. And of course, to front load the video, if you could interact with the YouTube algorithms, and if you like what you hear and see, if you could hit the like button, that would be very awesome. If also you like what you see and hear, if you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe, that too would be cool. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon.com patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are helping to keep me alive. Literally, I am disabled from multiple back injuries and more. I cannot work. The amount of money you get on disability is extremely limited, and these people are helping to keep me afloat, keeping me fed, keeping me with pain medication, keeping my pets alive. Now, I do not know how long, if the list is still up there. I cannot keep time straight in my head, but I would still like to thank each and every one of those people, and if you could help, that would be awesome. Links are down in the text video description part. Thumbs up, thank you. Yay, front loading of videos. But still, it's been raining, and I like rain. I like it when it's not raining too, because it makes it easier to carry stuff, if you're holding an umbrella in one hand. So, yay. But yesterday was a weird day. Of course, I've been falling asleep each day here in my chair for a period of time, which is bad because I have central sleep apnea. My brain literally forgets to tell my lungs to breathe when I sleep. And I have noticed in my past that there are times your breathing is semi-involuntary and that your body will breathe. But even sometimes when awake, there have been times I have had to take over all through my life and breathe consciously while awake for periods of time, because if I don't breathe. And then after I consciously make sure I'm breathing for a time, I can stop doing that because my body will pick back up. I think it's up here. My brain just don't have to be asleep. I can be awake and my brain will forget to tell my lungs to breathe. So yay. Still, life is life. And past that, I've been watching lots of videos. I've been trying to play games. I've been active mentally and such like that. And then of course, yesterday, because I can't do it every day, last night I showered up and shaved and trimmed my hair and my beard, and then I went out walkies, of course. Usually taking a shower is a replacement for walkies, but I've gotten to the point now that I do both. So, yay. But still, it's good. And this is a silly thing that's also an ADHD thing. I had an idea for a whole bunch of shorts for a shorts channel. Typical of me, I tried to get a bunch of stuff to get it done. I was piling too much on a plate that I thought was larger than it was, my life's plate, and I didn't get anything done. At the same time, for the character that I want to do, which is, Joe Tamati, he's from an Irish community and all that, but back in his family, there was this Italian fella, Damati, that married into the family, and now they've all got the Italian last name, but they're in the Irish community, and so he's Joe Damati, he's got opinions. But I bought some of these as props. I wasn't really thinking that one through, because I'm not going to drink them as props, and why would you have them in the scene if you're not going to be drinking from them? They're obvious drinks, aren't they? So for months, I've had 2 of these White Claws just sitting around, and I still have this one. Last night, I accidentally dropped something off of this table I have over here. It went thunk, fell onto the can of White Claw, and tore it open. So the can was, oh goody, I've got a malware bytes ad on my Windows 10 desktop. One of the reasons I use malware bytes and then I end up uninstalling it, because it puts ads on your desktop. It's just come up now and saying, hey, you can get 50% off your all of this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I liked your program. Now you remind me why I'm uninstalling you again. So yeah, it's gonna go after that. But it tore a hole in the White Claw can. And so it was lying on its side with a big old ripped hole on the top, but it wasn't spilling because it was right on the top. And since the can was on its side, it was with the air bubble up at the top. So I had to take it downstairs with a slow drip, because, you know, you move, so fluid moves, so slow leak out of the hole in the top and then pour it out in the sink. And so I'm probably just gonna take that one downstairs, see if my housemates want to drink it or something. I'm not going to. I am a recovering alcoholic, and oh boy, you know, I still fall every couple years and I drink something. But the shame is not in falling. The shame is in not getting back up. I've always gotten back up, and of course it's always better to not fall. So, yay on that. But past that, also, as a quick point out, my spot right here where my kitty cat knocked all my stuff down and then has been sleeping for days, she doesn't do that anymore. She's not sleeping in this spot any longer. I have a box down here that she's been sleeping in. And right now, she's eating some food back behind there, so she's probably going to sleep in the box so I can put the stuff back down on the shelf down there. Oh, she's such a silly kitty. It's good though. I love kitties. And of course, little Ghost, my hamster, once again, he's still doing okay. He's alive. He's happy. He's not healthy. He's healthy. And it's just that his schedule is different from other hamsters that I've had. He'll get active right about 5-6 o'clock at night, start getting active, and then by the time I'm going to bed about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, he's bouncing around and everywhere. But when I can come in here at 4 o'clock and he's asleep, he'll just come out and drink and then go right back into his nest and go back to sleep. So he's never really up when I'm recording, so it's very rare. I think I've been able to show him off like maybe twice, because he's always sleeping. And when he gets up to get a drink, I don't just want to grab him and drag him out here and show him off, because he woke up so that he could go to the bathroom and he could get a drink and then he could go back to sleep. He didn't get up so he could go to the bathroom, get a drink, and then be dragged around everywhere and be brought to full wakefulness and going, what the heck's happening? So that he can be shoved back into his nest. No, I want him to be able to go back to sleep so he can stay nice and healthy. Healthy? Healthy. That's good there. So thumbs up. Now, I still have been doing creative thinking and thought on lots of stuff. I've been talking a lot about the Crimson Kingdom and the King in Crimson of the Crimson Kingdom of the inside. And it further came into clicking with the work that I've been doing, how to involve all of that work in this short story collection thing, where the Apple Rock kaiju type beast burst out of its sleepfulness, rampaged through the town, 12,000 people, and has gone back into dormancy. That has been the defining event so far of the collection of stories that I've been trying to work up together in my head. Now, I had already said that a good way that I wanted to show just the Crimson Kingdom was to have there's this one woman from outside who's friends with some people from on the Razor's Edge who are friends with a few on the inside, but their friend in the friend circle there, they were in Apple Rock, and their entire family, all but their closest family and friends and acquaintances and everyone else that she knows got eaten when it rampaged. So to try and distract her, 2 weeks after all this, they have made a trip inside in a caravan, just a big vacation vehicle, into the inside to the Western Borough. They plan on having a 3-day weekend. Take the day to drive there, see some stuff, sleep. Spend the whole day in the Western Borough, sleep, drive back, and then you've got the rest of that night when you get back to recover from the weekend. As they're going inward on the Western Borough on that second day, they decide we're close enough. You know what? You don't often get to the Crimson Kingdom. We're almost to the Central District. Why don't we just extend this another day? Call up everyone we know, and we'll make another day of it, and we'll go and have a tour of the Red Palace. And so that is what they do. They extend everything out. They go to the Red Palace. It is there that as they are walking through and looking stuff, they kind of break up so they can do their individual interests. They'll stay in groups of 1s or 2s, but the gal from the outside is busy admiring some things. And that's when she notices that the King in Crimson is next to her. There are inside defenses on the building. There are bodyguards. There are automated systems. There are all sorts of stuff. The King in Crimson themselves are more than capable of defending themselves, and so they just wander around talking to whomever they would like to if they have spare time. Now, as an information gatherer, the King in Crimson knows a lot about what happened in Apple Rock. Not often you get news from the Razor's Edge when you're deeper inside, as they are in the Crimson Kingdom. So it has to be something pretty frickin' major for a lot of people to hear about something happening on the Razor's Edge or outside. And the Apple Rock monster eating 12,000 people is kind of a big deal. So yeah, even the King in Crimson knows about this and has been gathering facts and learning all these things as much as they can from a distance. But meeting up with this one person and saying, effectively, it's not often we get guests from the outside. Can you tell me what is going on? And when she explains that it's, she's from the outside, they got friends on the Razor's Edge, there's friends on the inside, they wanted to take some time to distract their friend who lost everyone in Apple Rock. And that's when the King in Crimson gets their aides to get a room together with some food and drink and such so that they can sit. The king can tell just from even talking to this person from the outside that they're all really still traumatized by this thing. So when they get into the room, the King in Crimson is talking to them and stresses at one point that life is a series of amazing coincidences, accidental networking, and just sheer luck. The King in Crimson has been gathering just bare facts and dry data about what happened at Apple Rock because, again, that's a big thing. But dry facts and collections of dry data are nothing. You gather enough just data without anything to put it into context, and it becomes just unimportant except for those whose job it is to maintain and update a database of that information. And even then, the maintaining and updating of the information is what's important, not the information itself. The king would like to hear the story of what happened because people's narratives are what put the dry facts into context. The stories of what happens, our histories and our lives, are what changed dry facts into stories and history. And so when they finally get there, the king themselves stating, it was a collection of dry facts, and because of all of these random things, I now have a personal face to put to this tragedy. And they have a 25 behind the scenes as they were going to get to the room. All of these gals, the king behind the scenes was setting up a standard aid package, 25 years long, where there is going to be material, money, other types of aids, agencies, people from the Crimson Kingdom that are going to go in there and help them rebuild their lives. As well, to study firsthand, up close, and find out what's going on with the Apple Rock Kaiju, because from everything that they've ever seen, that thing appears to be pretty bloody invulnerable. So the fact that no one could stop it as it rampaged, the king is unsure that even if his army could have slowed it down. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and oh boy, this is going to go fast, because trust me, I've got way less than even 10 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours, which is fine, because anything less than 0 is awesome. Thank you so very much to anybody who leaves me a comment. It is appreciated. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, and more, oy vey. So I do my best, and I'm still getting better, but one day I will hit that wall. A Bizarre YouTuber, thumbs up and thank you. Le Freak, thumbs up and thank you very much. Cup of Joe, greatly appreciated. Kurai Abernathy, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Oh My S, thumbs up. We have Ice Damon, greatly appreciated, and that's it. That is all the comments from the past 24 hours. Thank you, each and every one of you that did leave me a comment. It is appreciated very, very much. I mean, 2 years ago, I was getting 400 views on everything I did, and I had so many comments that I could not thank everybody. Now I struggle to hit 100 views, and it takes like 30 seconds to thank everyone that leaves me comments. But you know what? Again, I'm alive. You are alive. Any comments greater than 0 is a plus. Any views greater than 0 is a plus. Thank you all so very much, especially if you watched to the end. It is appreciated to no end. Definitely a very, very good thing. Now, of course, I do not know what device you're watching this on, so I do not know where the text description is, but if you could look inside of that, well, the video description, there are links to all of my other channels. If you could check those out, that would be cool. And if you could check out my various other links, like my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon, or if you could become, once again, one of these beautiful and awesome people who are literally helping to keep me alive underneath a roof and keeping my pets alive. These are beautiful and awesome people, and it is greatly appreciated. And if you could become one of these beautiful and awesome people, that too would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Now, if you would like to help me out, but you don't want to become a patron, I do have a link to a PayPal down below, and I'm not above grubbing for anything. When you got next to nothing, anything is good. So if you can help, that would be awesome. Definitely. If you'd like to help me out without sending cash at all, I do have an Amazon wishlist link where I just recently added things like a hard drive to replace my failing one, and things like cat food. So if you could check it out, that'd be very cool. Now, again, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that too would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated and truly awesome. And of course, please seek creativity. Keep your brain working. Stave off dementia. Seek positivity. I was a negative person for far too long during my life. It only hurts you and the people around you. And seek balance. Do not go banging off the sides of emotions from one end to the other. You need to be right in here. Seek balance. It is a good thing. And with the Covfefe bug still raging, please, if you don't have to go out amongst large groups of others, please don't. If you have to, maintain your social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands often, try not to touch your face, get that vax if you can, and I mean if you can, please. If you can't, because of actual real medical reasons, that happens. But if it's because I don't like needles, I understand. Get the jab. Get the booster when it's available to you. We can get through this. It's not that only 2% of people perish. There is so much more to it than that. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that, my friend, is a very good thing.